Hello, and welcome again to Video English. How are you? In this episode of Hotel, we'll be dealing with talking about health and making suggestions and giving advice. Our grammatical focus will be on the past tense. And now for our episode of Hotel, in which Gostwick Hall takes a new direction.
I'm sorry to hear that. We were looking forward to seeing you. Yes, I know, the weather is awful. No, that's quite all right. Fine. Just let me know when. Goodbye.
Morning, Penny, my dear. How are you this morning? You're looking splendid.
Uncle Benji, I have a cold, a headache, and I'm probably running a temperature.
The trouble with you, my girl, is that you don't get enough exercise. Why don't you go out for a walk? You could take Sam.
It's raining, Uncle Benji. It's been raining now for almost 10 days non-stop. In fact, we've just had another cancellation.
Good.
Hot chocolate, everyone? How are you feeling, Penny?
Awful. And worried. Look at these. Bills, bills, bills. And we've just had another cancellation.
Well, it's just as well, Penny. You should be in bed. Here, have a cookie.
Are they those coconut things?
Morning, all. Good morning. Did I see the postman arrive?
Good morning, Mrs. H. I'm afraid there are no letters for you this morning. No letters for anyone. Just bills.
Come on in and have some hot chocolate, Mrs. H.
No, thanks, dear. I have to watch my figure, you know.
You don't have to worry, Mrs. H. You're in great shape.
Well, I can't say the same about you, Ducky. You look terrible.
Who could that be? Are we expecting anyone?
I thought I heard a car.
I'll go. Keep your fingers crossed. It just might be a guest. Good morning.
Oh, hello. Do you have a single room for a couple of weeks? Maybe even longer.
Why, yes. As a matter of fact, we do. We're not very busy at the moment.
Hey, are you okay?
Yes. Yes, I'm fine.
No, you're not. You're sick. You shouldn't be working. Look, I'll speak to your boss if you like. I'm a doctor.
Actually, I'm the manager around here. Penelope Carter.
And I'm Gabriel Archer. Miss Carter, you have a fever. A high fever. I think you should go straight to bed and stay there.
But...
No buts. Those are doctor's orders.
And now for a word from our professor.
Oh, hello.
Who are you?
My name's Robin Shaw. I'm taking Professor Hughes's place while he's away.
And where is Edward?
He's on sabbatical. He'll be back in a couple of months, okay? Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get on with my lesson. We're going to look at ways of talking about health. Talking about health is usually confined to ordinary, everyday exchanges like these.
Good morning, Mrs. H. How are you?
I'm very well. And you, dear?
Not too bad.
Hi, Natalie. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Thank you.
They're really just friendly noises, aren't they? If, however, a person is obviously not well, he or she will say so. Remember Penny?
Uncle Benji, I have a cold, a headache, and I'm probably running a temperature.
Let's practice talking about some minor ailments.
Did you hear the one about...
I heard it over and over again. What I'm saying is we have to repeat.
No, I have a cold. I have a cough. My throat hurts. I ache all over.
When someone isn't well, we usually express our concern. Then make some kind of suggestion as to what they might do. Remember Lord Gostwick?
Why don't you go out for a walk? You could take Sam.
This is a useful formula. Why don't you plus your suggestion? Let's practice this.
I'm feeling really low.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't you take some time off?
I'm exhausted.
That's too bad. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
Or you may wish to be less tentative and offer outright advice, like BJ did.
You should be in bed. Here, have a cookie.
Let's practice this.
You should get more exercise. You should quit smoking.
You should stop bossing people around.
Okay. And now maybe we should get back to Gostwick Hall.
So how's the patient this morning?
She's better. She wants to get up.
No way. She's staying in bed until Dr. What's-his-name says she can get up.
Doctor, what's his name?
Yeah. Forget it.
Jay, what's the matter with you? Don't you like him?
He's all right. He keeps to himself.
I think he's writing a book. Every day he's in the conservatory.
Hmm.
Dr. Archer, could you spare me a minute?
Of course. Sit down. It's Mrs. Hickox, isn't it? I've seen you in the dining room.
I hope you don't mind me disturbing you like this.
You're not disturbing me at all.
I haven't been sleeping well lately.
That must be terrible.
Well, yes, it is.
Are you worried about anything?
What?
Do you tend to worry? About your family? About money, perhaps?
I don't have a family to worry about. No, I don't worry about money. At least not the way most people do.
Oh, really?
My problem is I have too much money. More money, really, than I know what to do with. Funny, isn't it? It all began 2.5 years ago. Oh, and the football pools. When I left my little house in Southall to our friend Maisie in the background. So, I've travelled all round the world. I bought all the things I could possibly want. I live in this beautiful place. And still,
There's something missing. Mrs. Hickox, you're obviously a highly intelligent woman. Perhaps you need to find something different to do. Something that challenges your intelligence.
Good morning, Gabriel.
Penny, how nice to see you up and around.
That week in bed did me a world of good.
You obviously needed a rest, more than anything else.
Uncle Benji has been like a father to me. My mother's an actress. We don't see much of her. In fact, I haven't seen her for about 5 years now. Yes, of course, there are problems. It is low season, I know. And the weather has been terrible. The roof on the West Wing needs repairing. The tennis court needs resurfacing. And there are bills to pay. We've survived the first year, but now suddenly there are mountains of bills. And I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do.
Penny, look, I think you've done a great job. You've turned Gostwick Hall into an oasis of peace and tranquility, a place to escape to forget all the tensions and stress of daily life.
Thank you.
And you've invested enormous amounts of time, energy, and money. But obviously, it isn't proving to be cost-effective.
That's putting it mildly.
Look, I've just had an idea. I wonder what you all would think of turning Gostwick.
And now for a word from our professor.
A wandering line fade. I'm on again, am I? The past tense. Let's see. The past tense is very simple to form in the case of regular verbs. Let's have a look at some regular verbs, shall we? You simply add ed, started, worked. Or if the verb ends in e, you add d, lived, loved. It's the same for all persons. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they worked. So, as I said, it's really very simple.
Yes, but what about irregular verbs? They're not so simple.
Well, like irregular verbs in any language, they don't follow any fixed rules. You have to learn them as you meet them, as if they were new words. You've met quite a few of them already.
it all began 2.5 years ago. Oh, and the football pools.
That week in bed did me a world of good.
Let's see both kinds of verbs, regular and irregular, in action. Francis Scott Fitzgerald is one of America's best-loved writers. His life was short, brilliant, and tragic. Let's look at some of the facts. He was born in 1896. He studied at Princeton University. He wrote his first novel when he was 24. He married Zelda Sayer the same year. They went to live in France in 1924. They had one daughter called Scotty. The Fitzgeralds returned to America in 1931. Scott died of a heart attack at the age of 44. He referred to himself as a first-rate writer who had never written anything but second-rate books. There are not many people nowadays who would agree with that. This is a wonderful book. And now, back to Gostwick Hall.
Psst, Petronio.
Milord?
Is that doctor fellow around?
He went to the village.
Excellent. Could you ask my niece and Bathsheba to meet me here for a very urgent meeting? And ask Mrs. What's-her-name to come too.
Mrs. What's her name?
Oh, you know who I mean.
Ah, what's her name for a woman? What's his name for a man?
So what's up, Lord GC? What's your problem?
I'd prefer to wait for Penelope.
Here I am. What's this all about, Uncle Benji?
It's that doctor fellow. The one you women seem to spend so much time with.
Count me out of this.
So what about Dr. Archer?
Yes, what about him?
Well, I've made some inquiries.
And?
Well, the man's a fraud, an imposter, and in my opinion, a shameless fortune hunter.
Uncle Benji, let's take those one at a time, shall we? Why is Gabriel Archer a fraud?
Well, he's not a doctor, at least not a proper one. He's one of those brain doctors, one of those head shrinkers.
He's a psychiatrist, Uncle Benji, which means he's also a qualified doctor.
Sure. Be that as it may, but I happen to know for sure that he's after your money and hers.
Well, frankly, I wish he were. I think he's a lovely man.
To each his own.
Uncle Benji, I don't think you have to worry about our fortunes. At least not mine. But you really are on the wrong track. Gabriel has been very kind and very helpful. In fact, he's had an idea which could solve a lot of our problems here at Gostwick Hall.
Like turning the place into a private clinic?
No. But what about a conference center?
Over my dead body.
I knew you were going to say that. But think about it, Uncle Benji. It makes so much sense.
But Penny, the money you would need just to get started.
Gabriel thinks he can help us get a mortgage.
A mortgage? On Gostwick Hall? Have you taken leave of your senses, girl?
Listen, Uncle Benji, face facts. Unless we make this kind of investment, we won't be mortgaging Gostwick Hall. We'll be selling it.
May I say something? I agree with Lord GC.
Well, I'm glad somebody does.
A mortgage is out of the question. And the idea of selling, I mean, this is our home. I would like to put up the money.
Mrs. H, I don't know what to say.
I have all that money just sitting in the bank, not doing any good to anyone. If it can be used to get the conference centre going, then good. You're very welcome to it.
Hotline. Pronunciation, hotline.
Hello. How to pronounce the final D of the past tense. There are 3 different ways. I'll show them to you, one at a time. Here's the first one. Say these words after me. Work, worked. Worked. Finish, finished. Finished. Kiss, kissed. Kissed. Stop, stopped. Stopped. And now here's the second one. Open, opened. Opened. Call, called. Called. Arrive, arrived. Arrived. Close, closed. Closed. The last one is a special case. With verbs that end in D or T, you add another syllable, like this. Want, wanted. Wanted. Decide, decided. Decided. Now you try. Say these sentences before I do. I was surprised when you arrived. I decided what I wanted. I liked the way you talked. That's all for now. Goodbye. Morning, Mrs. H.
Hello, Penny.
These are for you. They arrived in this morning's post.
Oh, good.
Books?
Yeah. Can you keep a secret, Penny?
Of course, Mrs. H.
Well, I've enrolled in the Open University. Business studies.
I think that's absolutely wonderful, Mrs. H.
Do you think I can do it, lovey?
I know you can do it. And if you should need any help...
Help with what?
Oh,
with learning a bit about running a business. And maybe you should do the same.
We Gostwick Cunninghams, madam, have always concerned ourselves with, shall we say, matters of the mind. Art, literature, music.
We have?
You wouldn't understand, Penelope. A different generation.
Hey, guys, are you all deaf or something? There's someone on the phone for you, Penny. The British Institute of Psychiatry's Research something or other center wants information about organizing a conference in January. Here!
Oh, but...
RCP Network. NEWS. News.
Late Night Special with Gloria Finkelstein.
Good evening. This is Gloria Finkelstein bringing you the RCP Late Night Special. What do you do to keep fit? When your alarm clock rings tomorrow morning, will you jump out of bed and start your day with a run around the block? Do you bend and stretch to music in the privacy of your own living room? Or have you opted for a less solitary solution and joined a gym? The fight for fitness, the battle of the bulge have become big business. There are health and fitness centers for every body and every pocket. There has to be a less frenetic, less strenuous way of getting into shape. We've asked Mary Sunshine of the Health and Happiness House of Santa Barbara, California, to give us a demonstration of Calinetics, a form of exercising which has become extremely popular, especially among senior citizens. Hi! Hi, Mary. Mary, how old are the majority of the people who come to you wanting a gentler form of exercise?
Let's see. The average age used to be around 45, but more and more people of all ages are getting into this kind of exercise. There's a tendency to combine aerobic activity, even bodybuilding, with Calinetics, which are designed to strengthen spinal alignment and muscular elasticity.
Would you like to show us a couple of these exercises?
Oh, that's what I'm here for, Gloria. Here we go. Music, maestro. Your body must be in line with your shoulders. Bend your knees. Lift your arms. Right hand up. Left hand up. Stretch. Stretch. Hands together. Breathe in. Breathe out. You do that 25 to 30 times as a warm-up.
Well, I think even I could do that.
Yeah. This one is good for your stomach and your legs, Gloria. Keep your back straight and your hips in line with your shoulders. Start the movement with your stomach. Up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, yeah, yeah, but, da. Oh, sorry. I got carried away. It's a music, you know.
Well, thank you very much, Mary.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Gloria.
That's all for tonight's late night special.
Goodbye, Gloria.
This is
Goodbye,
Gloria
everybody.
Finkelstein
Remember,
wishing you
health
good night and sweet dreams.
That's all for this edition of Video English. Thank you for joining us, and see you next week when everyone at Gostwick Hall will be celebrating Christmas. Goodbye till then.